Part 21 begins in the quiet aftermath, the moment after public attention drifts, but the lessons of the hearing refuse to fade. The confrontation between Jasmine Crockett and Pam Bondi has transcended the immediate clash of words to become a study in the complex mechanics of accountability, recognition, and institutional integrity. The shadow of Jeffrey Epstein lingers as a symbol of systemic failure, reminding the public that unacknowledged harm and unchecked privilege leave lasting scars. Crockett's insistence on explicit acknowledgement of survivors demanded that the human cost be validated in real time, while Bondi's composed defense reinforced that legal frameworks, precedent, and procedural consistency remain critical for credible governance. The interplay of moral urgency and structural rigor is what makes this exchange both compelling and instructive, demonstrating the delicate balance required in modern oversight. Looking closely, Crockett's approach reveals the ethical imperative embedded in acknowledgement. She pressed for recognition in a manner that could not be ignored, reminding observers that survivors' presence carries weight beyond procedural record or legal precedent. Bondi's structured responses highlight that accountability without context risks misinterpretation, and that historical and procedural fidelity is necessary for sustainable legitimacy. Observers simultaneously evaluate the authenticity of recognition and the sufficiency of procedural defense, learning that accountability is not binary but multidimensional, requiring attention to both human impact and institutional responsibility. The symbolic resonance of Epstein's legacy amplifies the stakes. While the hearing addressed past prosecutorial decisions, it also served as a lens through which systemic failures, elite privilege, and institutional credibility were scrutinized. Crockett's insistence forced institutions to confront moral dimensions, centering survivors' experiences and ensuring acknowledgement is explicit. Bondi's emphasis on procedural rigor reinforced the boundaries within which authority operates, reminding the public that context and legality are foundational. Together, they modeled a critical lesson. Oversight must integrate empathy with structural integrity to maintain public trust and legitimacy. Accountability is iterative, not instantaneous. Individual hearings rarely produce immediate change, yet they influence expectations, shape norms, and inform institutional behavior. Crockett's insistence may establish acknowledgement as a standard expectation for future oversight, while Bondi's measured framing provides guidance for defending historical decisions responsibly. Over time, these moments accumulate, embedding norms that blend empathy with procedural clarity, reinforcing legitimacy while maintaining moral resonance. The iterative nature of accountability ensures that lessons extend beyond a single exchange to shape culture, policy, and perception. The tension between confrontation and composure highlights a democratic principle. Conflict is a mechanism for refinement, not a flaw. Crockett's moral intensity provides urgency and ethical framing. Bondi's steadiness preserves credibility and procedural clarity. Observers learn that effective governance requires the coexistence of both forces, teaching that neither empathy nor procedure can be sacrificed without consequences. The exchange becomes a model for navigating ethically complex, legally nuanced scenarios, demonstrating how accountability can be multidimensional and responsive without compromising structural integrity. Responsibility extends beyond officials to the public itself. Engagement, reflection, and critical analysis are essential for translating moments like the Crockett-Bondi exchange into lasting influence. Citizens shape norms and expectations by observing, questioning, and demanding integrated standards. The hearing, framed by the shadow of Epstein, becomes a reference point for acknowledging survivors, defending authority, and communicating with moral clarity. Its lasting impact depends on active civic expectation, insisting that empathy reinforces structure and acknowledgement accompanies procedural rigor. The essential insight is that justice is holistic, requiring integration of acknowledgement, empathy, and structured authority. The conversation initiated in the hearing continues to influence public expectation, institutional culture, and societal standards. It demonstrates that transparency, human recognition, and procedural rigor are complementary pillars, not competing alternatives. The Crockett-Bondi exchange exemplifies how democracy functions under scrutiny, ensuring that ethical clarity and institutional integrity advance together, leaving a lasting imprint that extends far beyond the immediate controversy.